Have you guys ever thought about the natural order of exercise? Do you think certain exercises should come before other exercises? Have you ever thought about why in powerlifting it's always squat 1, bench 2, deadlift 3? It's always in that order. In Olympic weightlifting, it's the snatch first, always, and then the clean and jerk. So in both of those examples, the last exercise is the heaviest one, right? The deadlift, most people can deadlift more, they can squat and bench. And more people, every single example that I've ever seen, can clean and jerk more than they can snatch. Why is it always the heaviest stuff last? Doesn't it make sense to do the heaviest stuff first? Because that is the heaviest exercise. You should do that first. Just thinking about that, I just walked in here, tried to warm up, and basically I went into the front squat right away. And I went into the front squat position, and my shoulders don't want to rotate, my wrists are all jacked up, everything's hurting. I just couldn't do anything. So I thought to myself, I know you guys have kind of encouraged me to put the pull-ups at the end of the workout to save myself for the front squats. But I thought to myself, I can't even front squat right now without warming up my upper body. I need to warm up my freaking arms and wrists and elbows and shoulders and all of that. So I did one set of pull-ups, and I went back to front squats, and it was like a magic pill, man. All of a sudden, my shoulders want to rotate. All of a sudden, my wrists are all good. There's blood in the forearms and the rotator cuffs and the lats. Everything just warmed up. And all of a sudden, I'm much more comfortable in the front squat position. I'm much more comfortable in going about what I wanted to go about. So I use the pull-up not just, in the thinking about, okay, I need to kind of pump my lats and train the pull-up. I use the pull-up as a warm-up for the front squat. I feel like there's a cascade for me here. So I know now that the front squat is like the best accessory for the back squat for me. It just does something to my upper body, strengthens my upper body, makes my core really strong. When I go back to the back squat, I feel I can fly with it. It just feels so easy. But before I can do the front squat, I got to warm up the freaking upper body. So I think there's like a natural order of existence, really. It's like biology or the law of nature, I guess. Down, all the way down to this like microcosm of, thing that we do here, which is like barbell training. I think there's a natural order for things, and I think it might differ from person to person depending on leverages, depending on where the struggles are and whatever. Like some people roll out of bed and they can just get into like an ATG squat, perfect upright body for whatever reason. I've seen heaps of Asians who have never seen the gym, never seen the barbell or a plate, full ATG squat, and I'm just sitting there like with my eyeballs on the floor, like what the hell, man? How is it that you have never trained and you do that, and I've trained for 7 years and I'm struggling? It's just one of those things in life that is just so ironic, man. It's just crazy. But, the first thing that comes into my mind is leverages. They have no femur, basically. So it's like there's no mobility required. They just sit down. Like, that's nothing to it. Whereas my femur, you can play hockey with it. Like, it's just so long, and by the time I fold over and, oh, my God, the leverages. So I think for a person like me, who is not a natural squatter, I need to do certain things before the squat. So in the previous months, I've said to you guys, and you guys have followed as well, I did the good mornings, I did the GHD, I did the calf raises, I did all sorts of things to kind of like think about how I can facilitate myself in getting into a freaking back squat with just optimal mobility and readiness. For some people, it might be the shoulders. They have jacked up shoulders from playing God knows what sport. For me, my shoulders have always been strong. Like I don't know. Like I've never injured my shoulder in my life. And when they hurt, I just hang off a bar, do a couple of pull-ups, and it's just mint all of a sudden. So I think you as a lifter, you're listening to me right now talking about pull-ups before front squats, before back squats. Maybe for you it's something else. And I like what I'm trying to tell you is think about exercise, not just, okay, I'm doing pull-ups until the cows come home, I'm going to smash myself. You can do an exercise for the sake of warming up or an activation exercise. It doesn't have to be, you put down 4 exercises for this training session and you just go murder on all of them. You just send it for all of them. You don't have to do that. You can just use the freaking pull-up to warm up so you can do better front squats and then better back squats. I just think it's an interesting thought. I'm just, sitting here thinking about it. I'm like, I wonder if there's a better exercise, better than pull-ups. Right now, like the pull-ups have answered me. Like basically my hands have warmed up, like all of the flexors through my hands warmed up, my wrists warmed up, forearms are warmed up so I can cock the wrist back. The elbows seem to be really cool. The lats have released, shoulder blades, like everything's kind of released just from hanging off the bar and doing a few pull-ups. By the way, this is 140. I wanted to do 10 here. Ended up doing 11. So I haven't done many like high rep sessions with the back squat now for basically a week. Had a shocker of a week, heaps of nights and whatever. So I don't think it's really all that wise to push volume when you're not going to have sleep, or all that stuff. So hopefully I can get back to this in the next coming days, get some reps under my belt. But yeah, so this is what I'm thinking right now. I don't know what you guys think about this. Do you guys just straight into the gym and just straight into first exercise, second exercise, third exercise, and just go bonkers on all of them? I don't know, man, thinking back all the freaking days that I've done on this program. Some days I'd walk in like 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's literally, it seems like I've never squatted in my life. Like literally the ankle has 0 dorsiflexion. The hips are like, can't even break the hips, man. And then I sit in the hole for like 15, 20 minutes. Then I stretch here, stretch there, and I'm trying to do all these things. Man, I did that for several months like this. Not every single day. Some days I'd walk in feeling fresh, but on those stiff days, I was just so freaking frustrating, man. You think to yourself, my God, like I'm doing this every single day, and I'm not getting more mobile. Why is that? Obviously, there's a lot of things going on here. Lack of sleep, stress, dehydration, shift work, night shift. Like, there's just so many things going on. But if you can come up with some sort of routine where you kind of unlock yourself, it's kind of like a little intro to the back squat. I think that's amazing, man. I think if you can find that out for yourself, that's a beautiful thing. I don't believe in stretching beforehand, like every single day, because I think it takes away from the actual strength. So some sort of like activation exercise. I'm sure you guys have got your own kind of setup. But yeah, it's just interesting. Pull-ups, front squats, back squats seems to be the 3 musketeers that I'm working with right now. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.